Everton striker Beto has praised new manager David Moyes for giving him a boost of confidence and trusting him since he came in as manager. Beto scored twice at the weekend in Everton's 4-0 victory over Leicester City. Said he has done a lot for me, telling me to play to my strengths, to run in behind, telling me to be aggressive and bully defenders. It gave me confidence and has boosted that confidence to help me score goals. I know he trusts me. Even if I am on the bench, he will put me on. Beto also admitted that he is working hard on his hold-up play, which isn't the strongest part of his game. I think we all know that. He is the best part of his game is running on, as we saw at the weekend. A lot of his goals in Italy and in Portugal come from balls being played through to him for him to go on and finish. And that's what we saw at the weekend, particularly with the second goal, which is a fantastic pass from James Garner, who said in an interview that Beto never shuts up about him passing him the ball to him. He told him, just give me the ball at the weekend, and therefore he will score. So that's what he's done. It is good to see the striker acknowledging the work that he still has to do, but he's a player who has always wanted to do well for Everton, which I think is why a lot of fans like him. And if Everton can continue to create chances for him, then he will score goals and get players closer to him. Then the need for him to hold the ball up for, while the rest of his team try to catch up, would be less and less because he'd have players around him. So it is very much playing to his strengths, and it's just a further indication of the work that David Moyes has been able to do since taking over in such a short period of time. And let's hope Beto continues to score between now and the summer. Carlos Alcaraz apparently impressed Everton officials with his medical tests. Alcaraz, who was signed from Flamengo on a 6-month loan with a view to a permanent deal and an obligation if he starts, I think it's 50% of the games, come over for his tests, obviously his level of fitness and everything else. That's been reported today in the likes of Sports Witness, in a couple of Brazil news outlets as well. The medical staff at Finch Farm are very impressed with his levels of fitness, and there is thought that he will play at the weekend against Bournemouth, or certainly be involved in it. I think that's a big boost for Evertonians as well. It's always good to have a new face in the squad. Good for the players as well to have a new face in that squad. He did well while he was at Southampton. He'll bring a different type of profile to Everton's midfield, that's for sure, and the team. And hopefully he can weigh in with a goal or two as well from midfield. Well, more than that, maybe a goal, 3 or 4. And really help us in the second half of the season. So a positive there. The Premier League have said today that they're going to monitor players' celebrations in case they are mocking or incite the crowd. Iliman Ndiaye, who's used in the Premier League sort of article, a picture of him, was booked recently after scoring at Brighton and then flapping his arms in. No one's confirmed that he was actually being a seagull. He might have been an eagle. He might have been a blackbird. Could have been anything. Could have been anything. A pigeon, for all we know. But the referee booked him. And we saw at the weekend Lewis Skelly imitating Haaland when he scored for Arsenal against City. And there's been other things, although Jamie Vardy scored at Crystal Palace and imitated an eagle and wasn't booked. And then obviously when he scored at Tottenham, pointing to his Premier League badge and doing the old I've won one and you've won none celebration, which he's done a few times actually and wasn't booked either. So the Premier League have said they are going to monitor it now, which I think is a bit nonsense, if I'm being honest. I think if your fans are given, or this set of fans are given a player loads of stick and he puts it in the back of the net and he comes over and celebrates in front of you, then you just got to take it. You've got to take it, haven't you? You mightn't like it or whatever, but the players are given stick by supporters, and when you give a little bit back, everyone goes really precious on it. So I understand if you're totally and utterly inciting them by standing in front of them and swearing or whatever, fair play, I understand that, but some of it I think is going a little bit too far. And finally, Everton's under-18 side were in action last night in the FA Youth Cup against Plymouth. Unfortunately, they were beaten 1-0 and have exited the competition. Really disappointing because they'd started looking good. Of course, they'd won 7-0 in the last round, but Harrison Armstrong, who scored 3 and created 3 that night, has moved on to Derby on loan for the rest of the season, so they were without him last night. But nevertheless, they are, Keith Sutton will be bitterly disappointed they didn't have enough to get past Plymouth in that one. That is it for the news. Make sure you like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you later.